All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
ReZero, Frozen Bonds.
Okay, guys, so what is this? We're doing ReZero?
What?
Like, I thought ReZero Season 1... No, we've watched it.
Yeah, we watched it. We loved it.
We loved it. It was actually like one of the most hilarious things to experience over the course of the channel's history that like we were constantly
opinions?
Well, no. We were constantly asked to react to this, and we had to constantly remind people, no, we watched it seasonally. Like, of all the anime that we've watched seasonally, this is like one of the few from our early days where it was like, no, we watched this one week to week. Like, we were a part of the community freaking out over every little bit back then.
I might not have quite watched it week to week. I think
I think you caught in the hype around the the teens.
Once the episode 18 thing happened, and basically there were YouTube videos that weren't even about anime that were being like Rem is best girl, top comment, and I'm like,
yeah. To be fair,
I guess I need to check this out.
I think I joined in at like episode 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because someone mentioned to me the idea of the time loop aspect, and I just immediately was like, I gotta check that out.
A show that's straight up just about time loops. Awesome.
I love that stuff. But one of the things that I've been particularly outspoken for is that I actually thought the ending of season 1 was pretty mid. Just like didn't hit that right. It hit that. It didn't hit different.
It didn't hit different.
Yeah, exactly. However, since then, I have rewatched the show a couple times and realized that while I still think certain parts of it were mid, just in general, I way underestimated the impact that a lot of the side characters have during that latter third of the show, and more its latter quarter, really. And knowing that there is a continuation of it, whereas like my primary thing was, this isn't a good end. This isn't a good end. We need to continue this.
But it's getting continued.
It's getting continued. So, guys, here's what we've done. We've rewatched the director's cut. I think you're in the middle of
I haven't fully finished the director's cut, but I'm going back through that and loving it.
And we watched the first OVA, the more kind of silly, kind of
Memory
filler.
Snow one.
Yeah, Memory Snow, exactly. And that's not going to be put up on the channel as reactions and stuff because it was more just kind of goofy fun.
Why make you guys wait another week?
Right. It had like a cool little moment with Beatrice and Roswell that kind of ties into some family backstory, which is kind of cool.
And Ram was awesome.
Was hilarious. Adorably hilarious. But we're going to be starting with this and then continuing into ReZero Season 2. And those reactions will be coming out week to week. So after this one's up and available on YouTube, you can check out on Patreon the early access for episode 1.
Yeah, so and then that should go straight into the second part of season 2 because of how everything's timed and stuff. So we won't have to wait for the whole season.
Exactly. So we'll be doing both parts straight through, and it's going to be awesome. Jacob, like what's some of your favorite things about like season 1 that you're looking forward to seeing carried over into season 2? Now, this isn't season 2,
right?
But like coming out of it,
So the thing that I still say that ReZero does better than a lot of other shows, like not even talking isekai or anything,
specifically, gotcha.
But Subaru is a main character. I love him.
Subaru.
I love the conflict in the way the premise basically allows the show to just pull all of this extra stuff out of him.
Right.
It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. Like one of the golden rules of writing is to make your characters suffer, right?
That's basically Subaru's entire existence for a good chunk of season 1. I really like also the fact that while why are we still here just to suffer, and and then rising up for the bonfire, the existence of Subaru, Dark Souls just did a bunch for me in between. Anyway, point being, I love the fact that if you look at when he succeeds, he's basically the overpowered isekai protagonist that somehow just gets everything right on the first try.
Yeah, he looks like that.
He looks like that to everyone else, but to us who know better, he's actually the one that's been struggling like crazy through all of this.
At the edges.
And failing over and over again to the point where his memories of things that didn't actually happen in his iteration of the timeline are things that still matter to him.
Right, because of course they do.
Thus, his ideas that he has his connections that he has with the characters mean so much more to us, even though to them, they're like,
I've known you, for a week or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just a really cool dynamic to have in general.
Yeah.
It's similar to another show of mine that involves some time loop shenanigans. However, in that one, it felt a little bit more directly like the whole video game route kind of thing.
Oh,
whereas with
sure.
this one, you can tell that it's more of like he's scared of the video game.
Right.
And going down a new route is like, I don't know.
Yeah. Right. Because
I don't want to do it.
Because humans are emotional creatures. And even if you know you're not going to die when you get killed, that doesn't make the dying any less terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. So what is this OVA going to be about? I don't know.
We'll see.
If anything, I'm just really excited to have this OVA be the one that's a little bit more plot relevant.
Yes, that is what I've heard too. Yeah, that it's important to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into it. Emilia? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Does she not have Puck at the moment?
Maybe.
Whoa!
All right, she's doing pretty good.
Oh, wow. All right. Oh! The magic that... Oh!
Well, shit.
Damn. Oh. Oh!
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. So the sculptures made her think back on...
Wow.
Oh. This is really sad.
Yeah.
Like, I think what they're doing here, Jacob, is they're setting up why Subaru's, like, just... the fact that he didn't think at all about anything about her appearance when he first met her.
Yeah, why
It
it means so
hits
much.
so much. Means so much, yeah. Oh,
Gotcha.
okay. Hey, father here. Daddy Puck, yeah. God, I loved so much hearing Puck and Subaru do their little like, oh, my daughter, yes.
Yeah. Wait, is it always snowing just because Puck's here?
Oh. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. What do you mean sloth with a capital S? What do you know about?
Is this before Satala devoured the other witches?
I mean, that happened a while ago, dude. I'm pretty sure that was
Yeah.
that had to have happened a long time ago. Alright, you gotta kill these guys now.
Yeah.
They're gonna die.
And this is just another thing that'll make her seem like an evil person because killing people.
Oh, wait. That's a good point. They had long ears.
Oh.
Was that her family?
Oh!
Whoa!
Damn!
She's not even using magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my
Just
god.
catching crossbow bolts, alright.
Yeah.
Munch.
Is she gonna protect him? Oh no!
Oh, just squished.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
But if you make things difficult, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Puck used intimidate. It was
now
super
Puck
effective.
off.
Yep. Oh, forbidden. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, you know what I think it is? It's her family out there. And, like, her father or someone like that made him make a contract with Emilia
Sure.
to protect her. Oh! Whoa!
Is he crushing his heart or something? Ah, so that was Puck all along?
I don't think it was. I think it's just something where he could have if he wanted to. Oh my god!
Wow.
Puck does not mess around.
There's a part of me that wonders if that was someone else, though.
Possibly, yeah. Oh, so Puck is
Yeah.
actually like protecting by like making this environment a permanently like snowed place and
Right.
doing all this so that this
perfect place
cursed
to hide.
ice stuff
Yeah.
isn't
Doesn't seem weird.
yeah or doesn't stand out or get noticed. Yeah.
But yeah, frozen bonds.
Yeah.
That's a convincing yawn.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, before you got out of it. Oh.
Interesting.
So yeah, it definitely originated from her. But just the idea then that maybe there's a possibility that the others... No, there's no way. There's no way. Oh, baby, let's go.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. But you might end up getting in the way.
She has the lesser spirits, though, so...
Yes. Gotcha. So she's leading it away. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, maybe this guy will help. Molecula, he'll be like, oh, no. This is not judgment.
Yeah,
this is wanton destruction and chaos.
Oh.
Oh, it went underneath.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. I'm in an explosion of crystals.
Yeah. And she's encased in the ice herself.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wow.
So.
Oh, my
yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, and they're like trying to help. They're like, hey, stop, don't do this.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Primary target acquired.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Wow.
They use themselves as like a ward, like hey, we can do this once,
last
but
ditch.
we can't do that again.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
Oh. Wow. And yet I judge you. Yeah. Wow.
Because I don't like you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Show your full form, Puck. Oh. Puck.
Okay.
Puck.
Oh,
Yes,
honey,
I can.
don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh. Maybe she's never seen
His true
his
form,
true
yeah.
form, yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Bluff! Useless!
Oh, you really think so?
Will I turn you into shaved ice?
I love it.
Oh! Oh my god! And you are already frozen.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't
Looks
even
like
need to
cold
use
did
my
bother
full
you.
wild form on you. And boom!
Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like that.
Holy crap!
Okay.
Puck is so freaking powerful though,
Yep.
just to be able to be like, oh yeah, yeah. Some like ancient being of judgment and arbitration.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no. I smash. And,
Yep.
done.
What? Wait.
Oh no, you did what? What the hell?
Wait, but this is before the events of the show, so
Yeah, of course, but oh, don't you dare make her cry,
Yeah.
Subaru. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, the voice acting.
Yep.
Go.
So good.
Whoa.
Oh, so they hadn't actually formed a contract yet?
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh.
And when you die, I will end the world.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Oh, this is so good.
Ah.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah, she did, but now
Yep.
I will never leave you. No. Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good. 'Cause
Yeah.
then Subaru feels his intentions just, wow, this guy's genuine too. Like, it's a bit of a baka, but
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh.
Oh.
And this is when he actually takes on his super form.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Here we go! Here we go!
Oh my god!
Yeah!
Holy crap! Oh my god! Yeah. You go, Emilia. Let's talk. Let's go. Yeah, which now definitely came from the witch, probably lineage. Yeah. Oh, Leah!
Yeah!
Oh.
Yeah! Okay.
And thus the world was ended.
Right.
Yes.
The village was also destroyed by this battle. You know,
yes.
it's too close.
Right.
Just crater.
Yeah. But like, think about it with what Puck is. Mm-hmm. Puck is another being that was fated to be a specific way.
Right.
But doesn't Puck deserve happiness too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Leah.
Yeah. 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 Well.
That wagon tail. There we go.
Yeah.
Frozen bonds.
Yeah. Oh.
Cool. Awesome.
This is so wholesome.
Love it.
All
right.
So it's their origin story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. Wonderful.
That was great.
I'm so glad they kept it like tight with just so few characters and just you know, basically just Puck and her, you know.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
All right.
There's so many little tie-ins that they did to kind of bring this into the show proper. But it felt like something that, you know, it's something I'm curious about whether or not it's like adapted source material, you know?
I believe it would be like
Because it's a prequel basically.
yes, but so ReZero's a bunch of light novels, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was a light novel that's just this is the untold story of, you know,
Like a spin-off.
yeah.
But
Because it doesn't have much of a reason to come up in the main story because it doesn't, you know.
yeah. It
Yeah.
just definitely feels like it's something that's written out of order. Because the Leah thing of Subaru kind of stumbling upon that nickname as well. And just saying it like, I would like to call you that. And then she's like, oh.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember, was it Puck that noticed that immediately, or was it her?
I can't
they
remember.
both kind of looked at each other or something like that.
But this addresses something that needed to happen because of how the timeline of things in the first season went, we didn't actually get very much focus with Emilia because she wasn't often the one that was the most vital to resolving the situations from a technical standpoint, right?
Yeah. A lot of times she was just at threat, you know, threatened by something happening.
Exactly.
Or she was trying to deal with the whole thing of being a candidate for the...
Right. So the fact
the
that we
throne.
get this here, because like Rem, like yes, awesome stuff in season 1.
Yeah.
But she also was like the one that was given the most focus, so it's easy for that to happen, or not easy. That's kind of discounting it, but it's natural that would happen. Whereas in this situation, given the fact that Emilia was the sort of, you know, canon end character from season 1, we need, you know, if we can get more with her to understand her better, where she came from and all that stuff.
Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah.
Like, this is huge. I really, really wish that they had found some way to... I mean, there's no way they had time. But if they had some way to bring evidence of this into season 1, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, like it connects with a bunch of the bits very, very nicely. But but yeah, this is the kind of thing that definitely is better shown rather than told.
I very much agree.
Like,
yes. Because there's a bunch of things that we knew about their whole relationship and how it had to go based on the stuff that we were told in season 1. So this being the presentation of that exposition allows us to basically have a much, I would say, cleaner just kind of story where there's not as much kind of fluff involved.
Right, because Subaru's story does the thriller suspense thing very well.
Right.
And, you know, hanging out with Puck and Emilia in an ice forest is not suspense.
Yeah, but by having this god being horse judgment thing come in, Melakura come in and confirm empirically that she is descended from the witch, and thus is a potential reincarnation of the witch.
Yeah. So it's like, okay.
That actually has some very real present plot implications.
Oh yeah, the whole thing of the trailer of like Subaru walking through all like the bodies or whatever up to Satella, and then it's like, wait, if that actually is just Emilia, like,
or something,
or something like that, that would be crazy.
Oh, man. Okay. We have any end credit scene stuff here? Oh, we do.
Oh, yeah,
we
present
do.
time.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still totally dead, but yeah.
But it's the
thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not even about that specifically. It's about someone who does say some good things every now and then. Exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. Still have a bright future even if you came from a scary place.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh,
that was a great way to end it.
This whole thing, I loved Puck back then.
Oh yeah.
But I love Puck now. Like I love Puck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. This was a fantastic addition to the ReZero universe. This is really good stuff.
It was something where at the beginning, right, there was all the wonderful visuals and things like that, and seeing Emilia, it's like, okay, cool, let's get more focus with Emilia, and I always loved Puck, so it's like, cool, this is going to be great. But a lot of the stuff they were doing at the beginning, I was kind of like, oh, okay, all right, so the village, all right, she's an outcast, I like it, adding more weight to the whole thing of being a half-elf, and
a simple life of just trying to survive out here.
Right, yeah. But I was kind of like, I'm curious how this is going to be especially relevant to season 2 and things like that, because so far it seems to be sort of like let's understand Emilia a bit better, but that's something that theoretically could happen anywhere, right? Why is it happening before season 2?
Yeah, I think the main thing that's good to remember is that there was a large gap of time in between season 1 and 2, so it was not actually made to necessarily foreshadow season 2. It was made as a continuation to season 1, where it was, okay, of all the things that we got in season 1, what was the one area that we would have liked a little bit more depth? Emilia.
Yeah.
And so Emilia is the main focus of this bit here, but it's not just Emilia, it's Emilia and the person that she's the closest with throughout the series, Puck.
Yep.
Puck is a great, I would say, I would say he reminds me a lot of a specific, floating friend from Berserk in a lot of ways. One that carries a lot of the spirit and the heart and the wholesomeness of of the story,
and maybe has a very similar or maybe the same name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. No, I'm totally there with you on that.
Exactly. Yep. But one of the things that was, I would say, always kind of lightly delved into a little bit was what was the nature of their relationship and how did it start? Why are they together?
Oh yeah, the part where because Puck, in the first season, right?
Yeah.
Very entertaining, adorable. I love him. The comedy bits with him is great. But then we get to that episode. I can't remember exactly what episode it was.
On episode 16.
Yeah. It was
16 or 17.
Right. If I recall correctly, it might have been the one before the big talk with Rem.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
And where giant Puck rises into the sky
out of the mansion,
ends the world. And Subaru's head just falls off, and as the credits roll, and it's just and he's carrying Rem's body.
That part was insane.
That was a part where I was just like, oh man, wow, right?
So we now know.
Yes, we now know because that was a moment that was a very powerful moment all on its own. We didn't need to have explanation for all the mechanics or things of wait, why is Puck this crazy being? Why does he call Emilia, his daughter, right? What are the reasons for all this stuff? No, we don't need that. It's a very powerful moment, and then we move on to the next thing. It's just this question in the world, and it adds a wonder to the world, right?
Yep.
But now here, it's a great way to get into that. And, for something as crazy as what we got from that episode, it, stands to reason that the explanation would also involve a little bit of crazy
high scale magic and insane stuff like that.
Yep.
So as we understand it here, Emilia had a very traumatic event.
Right.
And a whole bunch of elves ended up getting frozen. This was probably people that were her
probably
people,
her family.
Her family. We're not 100% sure on that.
Right, but it
would stand to
it would
reason.
make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The magic that she bears within herself, which is probably as a result of being loosely descended from the witch, which is why she has the similar features.
Yep.
And the potential way of it being a reincarnation. So we can make theories about that. But for now, the main gist of it is that she has magic within her that is wild, unkept, and terrifyingly powerful.
Yep.
And it freezes over everyone.
And sucks the blood from their bodies, apparently, too.
Well, yeah. But somehow she survives this, probably because it's her magic and
Right.
whatever that entails.
Fire
Puck.
cannot kill a dragon, yeah.
Puck basically was tasked with protecting her before that. There's almost a little bit of mystery still surrounding that because there's a couple ways they could do it. That it could be family that tasked him with protecting her.
Potentially.
It could have been the witch.
I think it was the witch, because there was a point when we heard a voice that seemed, that was definitely female, and it seemed similar, kind of,
To Emilia's
voice.
but older.
And that, I mean, I don't know, but that seems like it might have been.
It very well could have been. Now, the part that's still a little bit worrisome about that is that means that Puck might still be keeping some secrets from her specifically regarding this.
Potentially, but,
But we'll see.
He showed where his loyalties lie.
Exactly.
And
who cares about fate? Who cares
Exactly.
about
Yep.
what you are?
Yep.
You're Emilia.
And
You're Leah. Yeah.
You made a great point that's kind of, it's perfect for Puck to say that because he's the one who also has that issue.
Yeah.
The beast of the end.
He's the great one that will freeze the world over and end it all if that's whatever his fated purpose was when he was born, created,
however that worked.
came to be imbued with power. Exactly.
Right.
However.
But when it comes right down to it, he'd rather be a fluffy, adorable little kitten.
Yeah. And friends with someone else who's going to treat him like family and love him.
Yeah.
And be there.
So the idea that he was tasked to do this, but also he sees someone who unleashed destruction upon the world and those around them, even if they maybe didn't necessarily want to, and now has to deal with that, basically. Oh, yeah. Of course he'd worry about her. Of course he'd feel, that kindred spirit.
Wow. So the exposition in the beginning given in the little text here is that it is your duty, your purpose to protect her. However, from a distance, no undue meddling with her. And that is the compromise between your existence and the wish you hold dear. The wish he holds dear probably is to no longer be lonely, to no longer be alone with just himself and his existence. And, it's that contradiction of where the being, the Melikura, basically comes in and it's like, no, your existence is a sin. The fact that you live is just is a fault of the world. Like you must be
rectified.
Exactly. And that's probably what Puck feels at times as well. Just what am I? Just a being that will eventually bring destruction. I have nothing else to give.
Yeah.
Like I didn't choose that.
Why can't I be the being that Subaru is like, you know what? If I can wish for one thing, I wish to be able to pet Puck whenever I want.
Yeah.
Because he's just so fluffy and adorable, and it makes me feel better.
Oh my god, the unassuming nature of Subaru, not just for Emilia, but for Puck as well, is such a big deal as well. Because I think any other being that could probably sense magic would have probably a great level of respect
for
Puck in a way that would make things too formal to where he couldn't
I agree.
really interact with them. Now, to be fair, Beatrice, for instance, in season 1 was just like, Puck, like I love him so much. Like like anytime Subaru needed her to do something, he'd be like, I I can get you to hang out with Puck and have some snuggles or what have you. And she'd be like, oh.
I suppose.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But that all being said, whatever Puck's full origins are, the main point here is this is what he decided. Is that in the moment where she was about to be smote from existence by this ancient phoenix being, which I love the
awesome,
design,
by the way. The
so
design
cool.
is so cool.
Right. And it just shows the level of scale that the magic can get to in this world, and that this is something that exists out there in the same way that there's the ancient dragon out there that exists. This is just something we have to be like just aware of is out there, you know. So the witch, in some ways, is like, a really serious problem.
You know,
thus
like
things
on
like
the scale of things like this.
Exactly, but something like this probably would be able to actually take on the
at the very least compete, you know.
Right, which I just love because that means that in terms of power scaling, Puck is above everything, like literally.
See, that's why they need that whole 9 to 5 and then he goes to sleep, because otherwise, you know.
I just love that the fuzzy, cute, fluffy little like familiar that is kind of
the
fulfilling
mascot.
the mascot trope in anime stuff is actually the ender of
being.
the ender of all days and things, and the bringer of the ice apocalypse, like that.
You do not comprehend my existence, mortals.
Fluffikins the destroyer.
Exactly.
So
Snuffles.
Okay, Snuffles. So, okay. But Emilia ends up bonding with Puck because he was there and he failed essentially to protect her in that moment where her magic went wild. So he's like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't there for you. I wasn't there. So the contract he made with someone else to protect her happened long before that.
Right.
And he had been probably watching from a distance, dutifully doing his job, and thus wasn't close by when she needed someone.
She needed him,
And thus, she didn't have a name that she could call out, basically.
And
then at the end here, he did meddle. He did get too close to her. Like he broke the contract with whoever that was back then. To basically be there for her when she needed to call his name. He's like, there you go. Properly called my name. And that means so much to him because he's like, no one's ever needed me like that. No one's ever like,
oh man, the idea that I could actually be helping people instead of just destroying existence. You know, it's like, wow, that's a hell of a thing.
Actually, you know what I just thought of?
Yeah?
It actually makes a lot of sense that the witch could have had a contract with Puck.
Oh, yeah?
Because if Puck was the destroyer of all things, what kind of being makes a contract with that?
Yeah.
Like you either have a death
extenuating
wish,
circumstances.
right? You either have a serious death wish, or Puck really likes you for some reason. Which I don't see Puck pre-Emilia liking that many people. If anything, I could see him just being lonely and indifferent.
Oh yeah.
But like,
yeah.
Or it would have to have been tricked or something in some ways. So
sure, yeah. But,
so I'm actually very curious if they explore later what it means for him to have broken a contract.
Well, here's the other thing too. So the way this is set up, yes, it's a contract with Puck, but the way it's phrased, it almost seems more like Puck made a contract with them, like that he is doing something as a result of the contract that he made with someone.
Yeah.
He made a pledge, right? Now, now it was probably in exchange for something, right?
Even though she was the one making the commands. That's why.
No, right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she's making the commands. That's, I could understand someone being like, hey, Puck, I want to be your warlock and I'll do some things for you and just lend me a little bit of your power.
Right.
But saying, Puck, I need you to do this thing.
Yeah, that's a wizard and familiar relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a...
it's very different.
That is absolutely not the kind of thing that you would expect anyone really to have with a being like this. So if they do, then either there's a very strong personal connection, or they're also insanely powerful, or both.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
Yeah.
But okay, and then the story's just she's surviving. She's trying to figure out how to do things.
Very slice of life.
Her magic is something that is out of control, which I am very curious now. if that has something to do with the fact then that later in, essentially season 1, do we ever really see her like kind of worried about her magic or anything like that?
Well, because if I recall correctly, because I haven't seen past I haven't seen the second half. You haven't
rewatched it.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched that. Yeah.
So it's
I've
not
seen
fresh in your mind.
Right, it's not fresh in my mind. But when they were establishing the idea of magic at the beginning of the show, when they were facing Elsa,
Yes.
Emilia mentioned that she was a spirits arts user rather than a magic arts user.
Yes.
So that she used magic via the spirits. She channeled the spirits magic, and that's how she did her magic, not actually something that she was doing herself, it seemed.
Right.
Like. So
that's basically to say that she avoided using her own magic.
Right. And that's why it went from not using magic at all to all this crazy stuff happening, rather than like it being like your magic is suddenly more powerful, so like
that makes a lot of sense.
So making the contracts with the lesser spirits, that was important, so that way it's if I'm not around, you can still use, you're not defenseless, but it's also not tapping into the latent crazy stuff beneath the surface.
Yeah, and I remember there was something also about tapping into the mana in the environment being something that was keeping certain people from being able to cast while others were casting. So maybe there's an aspect of where if she's using her magic in this way, it actually keeps the magic that she would have from being able to draw onto anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I think it was something where it was both people, like with Reinhardt at the beginning and the sword and everything.
Yeah,
they were both needing to use mana from like the environment. And I'm not sure if that's something where then the magic, like the more traditional magic users use it from like within themselves, or
that's maybe what makes a strong magic user, is that someone who's that powerful can just draw
just
it
have
from
a
within
reserve.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that might be what makes her so terrifying, is that it's not magic being drawn from the environment. She just gets emotional, and then this stuff within her just starts to go crazy.
Yeah.
And it affects basically in a specific way, maybe because it's based around the emotion at the time.
Sure. And then there, the connection to the witch and everything.
Yeah. So, okay. Getting to have all these little references as well to season 1 felt like a really fun kind of fan service to basically like, hey, you realize now why that little bit in the scene where they met at this time and stuff was extra important, or you realize now why, Puck really actually loves Subaru so much, or, they make the jokes about being a father and stuff. It all kind of connects rather well. I really, really liked that as being a thing that was it was weaved into the story in a way that was obvious to the fans, it felt like, but it didn't feel like it was out of place in the story.
Yes, it didn't pull me out of the immersion of the story that was being told. It wasn't jarring or anything like that.
Right.
And yet it did add to the experience, like retroactively add to the experience of the first season.
Yeah.
Because like prequels in general are kind of weird to do, because
very much so.
Because on the one hand, you can have the feeling that, okay, there's no consequences to what happens. Puck gets hit, but we know he's not going to die because this is happening beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Things like that. But then at the same time, how do you make it so that there is a tell an enclosed story, right?
Yeah.
Because it kind of needs to be, but at the same time, make it feel relevant to that, the story that comes later, right?
Right.
So having these character interactions and things like that, showing their past and everything like that, that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, I think what it also is the drama of this story here in the OVA is such that we are aware that ReZero's story beats for season 1 led to a lot of emotional consequences for characters rather than the physical ones, because we could just reset things. With Emilia, we know already that she had been suffering underneath the basically the persecution because she looks like the Witch of Envy.
Yeah.
And yet, we never really got to know the points where she wasn't. So seeing it enacted a little bit more felt like a really good gut punch to our like sense of reality for her, because the amount of time ReZero season 1 has Emilia spending time in the mansion basically secludes her from that persecution, and thus we, despite it being only a short amount of time actually linearly, the first season, we kind of forget that that's a big thing.
Right.
And to the point where I kind of didn't even think about the connection between her and the witch as being something that was literal. I thought, well, there's got to be plenty of elves and half elves in the world, right?
And she just drew the unlucky card as far as hair color and whatnot.
Right. Genes are, a thing like that. You can get all kinds of combinations and stuff, so that doesn't mean anything. But in this, they're like, oh, no. It is a very much actual thing.
Yeah.
There are very few half elves in general, because the elves apparently were subjugated, defeated, and some of them even wiped out in the demi-human war that the one hunter guy mentioned, which was just like,
that's a world building thing.
Oh, like, that's really big deal. So it's not just that she's an elf, and that's something where people are going to go, oh, okay, that's awkward to look at the look at a loser of a war that we
which is curious, considering that, like, when Subaru first came into the world, and he's in, like, going around the marketplace and everything, there were demi-humans kind of just all over.
Everywhere.
But then also, when he after he'd looped back once or twice, and he ends up addressing Emilia as Satela, right? Because that's the name that she gave before.
Yeah. And said, whoever told you that has a really poor sense of humor.
Right. It was very much a very poor sense of humor, but it wasn't like a shit. Wait, like it wasn't like a bunch of people dove for cover, or like.
Well, he didn't call her that in public.
Oh, that's right.
No,
that's
he
right.
called her that with Puck nearby, and Puck was like, "What? Excuse me?" And then
I mean, we've dealt with like discrimination before, but this is a whole nother level.
Yeah, but also the fact that you're invoking that name and you're not freaking out.
Right.
Like you're saying it casually.
Yeah.
And also the fact that Puck probably, definitely from what I remember, could tell that he had some of the on him.
Sure.
Which made him kind of go, oh, wait a minute.
There are a few things here that are,
and then it's Puck, though, so he's not like it's not like he's necessarily
he's not
afraid.
Worried. Yeah. Right.
If anything, he's like, what a strange boy, like what
odd.
Odd, yeah. Kind of like me, like, just, yes, on the surface, you seem kind of normal, but also your clothes and your getup, your hair, the things you're saying. You can't read our language. That's very odd. But yeah, other than that, though, guys, like, I
good stuff.
Really loved the ending to this. It was an extremely powerful and emotional one, and it ties in really well into the character stuff that we have with Puck and Emilia from season 1.
One of the things that I want to again applaud this OVA for doing is because animation is very expensive, right? Now, ReZero is an incredibly popular show. It's very successful. So, they have the money to kind of, throw it around a little bit on things that wouldn't be as traditionally financially successful and at the time. But the fact that we basically got this OVA that held so strongly to the less is more approach, and yes, there's the original material, story-wise, but there's the original material, so there's it's not like this was necessarily a decision that just came out of the ether, but the fact that there was so much time spent on such a simple story, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I really appreciate that too. I also just love the way that the voice acting is done in this show.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that I noticed upon rewatch of season 1 was that the voice acting goes into god tier territory at times, like multiple times. And one of the things I've always loved about Puck is the way he can shift into having the deep, I will, kill you, voice, and then transition back into the cute side there, because it is something that he is putting on for the sake of others. And thus, anytime he's stirred up to, that level of frustration, anger, or what have you, or desire to just protect Emilia, this is what he has there. But also, Emilia's voice actress did a fantastic job as well, just communicating that emotion, just the why. This has nothing to do with me. Like, this is beyond my comprehension. Why am I being blamed for things that go Yeah.
Yep. Like on the rewatch of season 1 of ReZero, one of the things that was kind of tough at first is this isn't Megumin. Like, like because, it's Rei Takahashi, I think is I think is the name. But never got that at all in this OVA. So
yeah,
good job.
But yeah, thank you guys for recommending this OVA to us.
Yes.
I'm really glad we watched it before going into season 2.
Oh,
and I'm really glad we watched the first OVA, even though we're not putting it up to things there.
Yeah,
it was
it's
just
good to
a
have
good
for
one,
context,
good one to watch on our own time and stuff. But yeah, it was kind of nice to have it be the segue into ice sculptures made her think of this time in her past.
Oh boy. I see.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's a whole lot more meaning to that. Okay.
Yeah. And then also, I just gotta say, like, this did a lot for Emilia's character, and especially Puck's character. I already loved Puck. I said it before, and I'll say it again, but I am in love with Puck now.
He's pucking amazing.
He's pucking amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely pucking wonderful.
Yep.
Like, yes. Puck.
Puck stand forever. Yeah.
All day, every day. Yeah.
Yep.
So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this OVA reaction and discussion. If you want to see the first episode's reaction and discussion for Season 2 of ReZero right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
Yeah, all the information for that is in the description below, so check it out.
Yes, if any that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.